Hey everybody, welcome to Dave and Joe Liberty Stand. We're going to do part two. We kind of ran long a little bit on the last show.
I think we went off track a little bit.
We did, but that'll happen. But Joe's going to start us off.
Why would I go into a prison, take time out of my life, away from my wife and my children?
Back us up and tell us how we got here, why you're in prison to talk to people. No, I mean, you got to realize these are in between shows. So, I mean, not everybody watches.
Well, I didn't know if you meant, like, why did I literally decide to go into that prison? Is that what you mean? Or
I mean, how did we
do you
get
want to
here?
tie into...
We said this is part two from another show. How did
this is a continuation from where we got sidetracked from.
Rewind a little bit from the last show and get us to where we're at.
Well, I think you're going to have to because you need to... No! Well, we were having this discussion and we were talking about people's potential that you felt like I saw potential in people, and, it kind of led back into the prison discussion. Why would I go into prison? Why did Johnny Cash...
Right. Okay, yeah.
Why did Johnny Cash go into...
Folsom Prison. Right.
Because he was touched by the Lord. He felt
and he was, and it's a great album. I mean, it was a hit. I mean, it was a big hit.
What was the album?
Folsom Prison Blues.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
He went in there to, even though there was people in there that would never get out. They'd never get out. Mm-hmm. They did horrible things. And I love the internet, and I'm on there all the time, man. And I watch all this stuff, and I watch this. And they were doing interviews with these guys, and I'm like, why in the world would he go in there and do, that guy's a horrible person. They'd be telling their story and stuff. And, wowee, man, that guy's a horrible dude.
What he did was horrible, right?
Right. Well, I mean, his acts
his crimes and he didn't. You were saying one of them. He didn't. The guy didn't seem like
no. I mean,
remorseful
they just said it matter of factly.
Right.
I mean,
like they were numb
to it. Right. Yeah.
Well, and it kind of goes back to that example of that young man who.
But he went in there and did that.
Right.
And but I will say this. I mean, to be fair, a lot of these guys said, you know what, that was so cool. They were so grateful.
Oh, for him being there.
And they were. You could tell. I'm focusing on the couple ones.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I'll tell you what. A guy we lost this past year, named Merle Haggard, was one of those guys.
One of what guys?
In prison.
He went to prison?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Merle Haggard. And I love Merle Haggard very much. I said love like ED. No, there's no D on that. It's just love. I love Merle Haggard. And he was like, Johnny gave me the inspiration to make me, when I got out of here, when I turn around and make a better person myself.
Right.
So there is a lot of value in that.
Oh, yeah. Well, and one thing I look at it too, Dave, is, when I prepared to do that prison ministry, and there's different prison ministries. And the one I was involved with, though, we prepared to go in there. We did a weekend retreat
like
in the prison. No, we did a weekend retreat, and so we didn't just go in there. It was a planned out retreat for the guys that were inside. We took in food because they don't eat the best food in there, Right. And so one thing that we talked about in preparation was we are no better or no different than any of those guys in there. We've all made mistakes.
Sure.
Now, we as human beings look at mistakes and say, okay, well, that was a bigger mistake than this. But God looks at, when he looks at sin, when he looks at us, he doesn't look at, you talk about the scales of justice is blind. Well, a sin is a sin is a sin because God gave us the 10 Commandments. And, if you break one, you break them all. I've heard that quote, okay?
No, you break that one and that.
Well, no, it's just, I don't
believe it.
Well, no, when the rich young ruler came to Jesus, and I should look this up. When he came to Jesus, he told Jesus, he says, I have obeyed all the commandments. I have not broken any of the commandments, okay? And he said, what can I do to enter the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus said to him, and I'm paraphrasing, Jesus said, sell everything you have and give to the poor. And guess what that rich young ruler did? You remember what he did?
I don't know. I'll plead ignorant.
Okay.
I don't know.
He put his head down and walked away. Do you know what that meant? He worshiped his money, his wealth, over God. So Jesus caught him in. He was worshiping. It was idolatry. God says, "Do not worship any other gods before me."
Right.
And that rich young ruler he kept all the commandments, quote unquote, that he could think, but Jesus convicted him in his words and made him think that no. So what I'm getting at is I'm no better than any one of those guys in there. Jesus came to me. Jesus showed me his love for me. Those guys deserve to know that they are also loved by this same God. This same God died for their sins, no matter murder, rape.
Even if they don't get out of there.
I mean, it's horrible stuff.
Even if they don't get out of there.
Exactly.
They know that when they leave their feet first.
Yes.
They
can have the hope and peace that we talked about this earlier in a segment about eternity. Right. So they have the peace to know. Now, I'm not going to take away the fact that their sin, if it was murder or rape or whatever.
Well, if you're saying somebody's not going to get out of there till they're dead,
right?
You're talking about some
pretty bad crime. But what I'm saying is, just think. I mean, when we realize that our choice took a brother from a family, a husband from a wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? If it was like murder or rape or...
It's not just that person's life. It's a lot of other people's...
So the burden on people when they realize what they've done, but they're not going to realize it unless God reveals it to them. Now, that can either crush them and they could take their own lives because they are taking that on, or
they're evil and they just don't.
Well, we're all evil at heart. We're all sinful beings. Human beings.
Okay,
are we not?
I'm going to take the opportunity of this show.
Let's go to do part 3.
Yeah, I got evil thoughts. Of course I do.
But
I want to do evil things. Sure, I do.
Right, and we do.
I want to really bad sometimes.
He wants to kill me sometimes.
Nah, I need him because we couldn't be on TV without him. But anyway, I know that's something in my head, and I have to make that go away.
Do you know?
And I have to go. No, that's not right.
Right. You make a moral decision not to do that. Right. But, I mean, would you admit that we all fall short of God's standards? We also fall short of God's glory? Or was that the right? Right.
I'm Dave Smith. I don't know if I ever met you.
Somebody said, and I'm not going to name names, somebody said he's never asked God for forgiveness. Isn't that not a quote out there? Is that correct or not? Am I wrong?
Dad, that would be the guy you're voting for president.
Hillary?
Well, I guarantee she never has. She just never said it.
No,
At least Trump has the...
We're supposed to
at least
pray.
He has
Don't
balls
PG,
to say it.
you know, though,
She does not. They
We
don't.
need to-
Neither one of them.
we need to pray for them because if we're in their shoes, we may be just as deceived as they are.
I'm telling you what.
We're done.
No, not.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. All right. Bye.
Bye. God bless y'all.